Hello, my friends. We're going to talk about the new moon in the sign of Cancer. Now, it is on July 17th. What time is it at? Let me look at my notes. 2:32 p.m. Eastern time. Now, when we have the new moon in Cancer once a year, we're going to bring our energy in to the qualities that Cancer is saying that we can initiate now. And it's really important that we hone in on that. New moons are always the beginning of a new lunar gestation cycle. So even if you're not a fan about setting goals or doing rituals or things like that, I would at least think it'd be a great idea. I always recommend this, that you at least write down and journal a little bit. I use my Llewellyn calendar, right? I use this and I make notes. It's my paper calendar, so I write in here as well as my Google calendar, things like that. But I did just put in keywords for the day because I know everybody's busy and it's hard to really maintain serious schedules when it comes to things like this. But always recommend at new moons for us to really hone in on what is important for you, right? Now, in my forecast, for those of you who are new here, I don't talk about the house placements or what sign you are, because what I'm talking about is for everybody, everybody. We're all going to be feeling this type of energy, and these things that I'm talking about are available to everybody, no matter what your birthday is, no matter what your sign is, and no matter what house it's in. If you know those things, then you will be able to add that to the mix. But in the meantime, this is for everybody. So let's unpack what it is that we get to use, how to apply this information into our current life circumstances. That's what we get to do. So you hear what I have to say, you take notes, write down the things that resonate with you, because not everything will resonate with you, because Cancer rules a lot of things. The zodiac sign of Cancer is about healing and empathy and self-care, right? It's very, very sensitive. And since this new moon is at the last 10 degrees of the sign of Cancer, it's called decans or decans, Neptune plays a role here too. That means we're feeling very, very sensitive. Now, I'm feeling that. If I'd recorded this the day before I'm recording it, I wouldn't be feeling as sensitive as I am today. There had just something happened yesterday that was it's just made me more sensitive and overly emotional, just the loss of a friend. And so, and so the emotion and this Cancer moon, I'm really tapping into it now, holding back tears. And it's important because it's bringing that to our attention. It's just like our feelings, our emotions, embracing where we're hurt or wounded, embracing empathy for others, and really focusing on self-care. And Cancer, of course, is home and family. So all of that can get our attention too, right? It might not be that you have issues that you have to focus on, but it can just be that you're focusing on home and family, because that's just highlighted right now and important right now, right? Okay, so with every new moon, right, again, we start that new lunar gestation cycle, which from start to finish is 3 years long. And there are 4 phases in that, and each phase lasts 9 months, and that equals 36 months, which is 3 years. A lot of people, when they talk about lunar gestation cycle, they only talk about 27 months, but we still have 9 months after that. But the point being, every new moon is the beginning of a new lunar gestation cycle. And if during this new moon, again, July 17th, 2:32 p.m. Eastern time, that is when it's new, not before, after new moon phase. Look at what's happening in your world and know that this is a point of initiation for a process that will begin and have 9-month increments and help to move us forward. This is a process that I love this process, because the 9 months is kind of similar to a cycle that Venus goes through as well. And it gives us a longer look at lunar phases and lunar cycles, as opposed to each phase is just a week, right? If we count the full 8 lunar phases, then that's just a few days each. So this is a longer process, and I love it. And if you follow me on Patreon, you'll understand it. We talk about that a lot in tier 3 and tier 4. readjust. There we go. So this new moon, I want you to initiate. It's like write things down, take notes, how you're feeling, observe what's going on around you. All right. And let's begin by prioritizing our own self-care. I think that's just going to be really, really important for all of us. We do not want to neglect that. And that's what this new moon in Cancer is about. So honoring your own emotions, honoring how you're feeling, that is just incredibly important. Now, with this new moon is also connected by a trine aspect to Neptune within a 2-degree orb, and its opposite Pluto by 4 degrees. Now, this is really going to heighten the sensitivity and the emotions around this. You know, the trine aspect to Neptune intensifies, like it just, I think I reread that, intensifies our sensitivity, and it blurs the boundaries between us and others. And I find that is that can be confusing and hard to handle. So that means have healthy boundaries to begin with. And you'll see this when you see it, but if you're seeing it ahead of time, I'm just letting you know, have some healthy boundaries right there. That way it keeps us from feeling overwhelmed and, like absorbing the feelings of others. Because that's something that is really important too, when we have this much sensitivity going on, is we're not always sure, is this my feelings or is this somebody else's? So that's why healthy boundaries, that's why I keep doing this. Healthy boundaries are really, really important for us to have up around us. In addition to that, another process that we can do, especially since this new moon is connected to Neptune, is by engaging in our own inner work, as well as being opposite Pluto. It's 4 degrees away from where Pluto is, but this is important because if we work on our own inner relationships, we work on our own inner wounds, and we have this opportunity with this new moon, we can start that. You don't have to handle everything all at once. I know I can feel my heart. I'm covering my heart because I can feel the wounds there. And we don't have to work on this all at once, just one step at a time as you're comfortable with. So this new moon in Cancer, trine Neptune, opposite Pluto, along with those lunar nodes shifting today on this day on the 17th as well into the Aries Libra opposition. That's about who am I and how have I sacrificed myself, self node, sacrificed myself for a relationship. Oh, that's a tough one. We've all done that. And this new moon can ultimately give us the opportunity to examine that, go deep, find the patterns, work that experience. We can even process past life stuff because Pluto and the lunar nodes always do represent past life stuff. But as they're moving, it's not necessarily your past life, but it's stirring up those things in our own lives. And if your lunar nodes and Pluto are activated, then it is about your own past life that you're working through. But that is individual information. So, right, boy, so the level of awareness and how we're exploring life, that connection to Pluto is really important. And I want to share my screen. I'm trying to find the buttons. All the buttons disappeared. Here we are. This is what the chart looks like if it was meaning to show it to you. I always do. So that's what we have going on with this new moon. So take this beautiful new moon in the sign of Cancer, care for yourself, nurture yourself. The moon is out of bounds. And so that means this one is highly sensitive. It's in the 3rd decan. So it is ruled by the moon, yes, but it's also ruled by decan rulership is Neptune, and it is in a trine aspect to Neptune. There it is. And it's opposite Pluto. There it is. Right. So all of this is telling us that we are incredibly sensitive around what's going on in our lives. And then we have this opportunity for healing. And let's go to the other chart. And here's the next chart just after that new moon, just a few minutes later. And here's where the lunar nodes have shifted into the Aries Libra opposition. And that's the Pluto square. And then to this new moon. So this is called a grand cross. It's a mess right there, but this is a grand cross, all cardinal signs. And it's all initiated by the new moon, because the moon isn't quite 29 degrees like the rest of them. So over the next few hours from July 17th, the moon will activate this by exact aspects, the shifting of who am I, North Node in Aries, in relationship, South Node in Libra with Pluto. Is what I'm doing in a relationship sustainable? If it isn't, how can I transform or evolve into what's next? And this new moon is going to activate that. And so the moon will come through over a few hours, and it will take the sun a few more days. So it's at 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So 4 to 5 days from July 17th, as the sun is coming in, just before it leaves Cancer and moves into Leo, it will also activate this Grand Cross. Yeah, right there. It'll activate it'll really fill in the Grand Cross one more time. And so we have, as a collective, an awful lot that we're working on. And as individuals, you can find that in your own astrology. There's an awful lot that is related to our emotional well-being. And again, empathy for you, for others. I know there's limits. Sensitive, be sensitive, understand, respect your own sensitivities and others, right? And nurture and care for yourself in the way that's the best. All right, I'm going to leave us with that. I am done for the day. After I post this, I'm going to walk on the beach and I'm going to sit there for a while. All right, blessings, everybody. Please share and comment below. I love to hear what you have to say. Blessings, everybody, and namaste.